Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I'm doing a really fast and easy dinner tonight, mainly because I feel like eating it, but I also wanted to show you guys because I know that it's fall sports season and that makes everybody super busy, and really being able to get a delicious, healthy dinner on the table in a hurry is a huge thing. So I wanted to share with you. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm making some cauliflower in the air fryer, which is over here. And then I'm using a brand new product, my brand new white deep covered baker. Isn't it beautiful? I'm excited about that. And I'm going to make a traditional recipe that you guys have seen a million times, but it's so good and it's so easy. So I'm taking my deep covered baker. Oh, another benefit of this one is that it does not, I oiled it a little, so I'm going to wipe it out. Always oil a new stone, okay? Oil it, let it sit for about, half an hour. And that gives it the initial coating for the make it nonstick. The other benefit of these two recipes is that they don't require the oven. All right, so first thing I'm gonna put in is 2 cups of elbow noodles, and I think I'm short on elbow noodles. So I'm gonna use a similar size one. Let's see. This is a little tip that I learned, because sometimes we have issues in our pantry, and one of the things that stops us having issues is when I open a box of pasta, I put the leftovers in a glass jar, one of these glass jars. So you see I had my elbows in one jar and I had my gemelli in a different jar, and it keeps you from getting those what I called cardboard bugs in the leftover. Anything that comes in cardboard, once it's open, shouldn't be stored in cardboard anymore. So these gemellis are pretty close to the same size as the elbow noodles. I might have to cook it a few extra minutes. But when you do this recipe, you should really always use elbows, okay? Or some kind of small pasta. Gemelli, pretty close to the same size. One time I tried to make this with penne, and it did not work because it wasn't enough noodles to soak up the liquids. And that's really important for macaroni and cheese. So I call this recipe Grandma's Mac and Cheese. Funny thing is, it's so much easier than anything your grandma did. So I put in 2 cups of broth. You can use vegetable broth or chicken broth, whatever you have. I had chicken broth this time. And then I put in 2 cups of half and half. It's really important to use half and half or light cream, but do not try to use fat-free. It will not work. And you know what? If you're eating mac and cheese, you want it to taste good and creamy. It's not going to be good and creamy if you use fat-free. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a stir to make sure my noodles are all nice and wet. And then I'm going to pop it into the microwave for 15 minutes. But what I'm going to do with my microwave is I'm going to set it, even though it has a spinner, I find that it needs to be stirred halfway. Some microwaves don't. I'm going to put the lid on, pop it into the microwave. I'm going to set my microwave for 8 minutes. At 8 minutes, I'm going to stir it, and then I will cook it for 7 more minutes, okay? So that's just my little trick. In my kitchen, that's the way it works better for me. But in some kitchens, you can literally just do the whole thing in 15 minutes straight. So it's really kind of trial and error. Okay, so I have a bunch of cauliflower here. I'm gonna drop it in this bowl. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on it. I'm going to toss it so it's nice and coated, okay? So I just want this a little bit wet on every side. Not an exact recipe, so I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Olive oil is good for you anyway, right? You're not supposed to drink it, but it's good for cooking. It's a healthy oil. Okay, so I did that, and then I'm going to use some of our buffalo rub on it. You can use any kind of rub you like. But I like my cauliflower to have a little bit of flavor, so toss it. I also was in the mood, I already ate chicken wings. If you watched my video a couple days ago, I ate chicken wings on Saturday, but obviously that didn't kill my craving completely, because I still feel like eating buffalo wing sauce and blue cheese, and I have blue cheese left, so we're making cauliflower wings. Now if you look up a recipe for cauliflower wings, it has all of these a million steps. So I did it a couple times, and then I was like, you know what? It doesn't really taste any different than just doing this with it. So the million steps in the cauliflower wings has to do with egg and breading and all this stuff, and it's just kind of an unnecessary thing, I think. So if you just give it the flavoring, Because really, when you're looking for wings, you're looking for the ranch or the blue cheese and the dressing, right? You're not really, it's not too much about this stuff. So I didn't think it mattered. All right, so I've got my trays for my air fryer. I'm not sure if this is going to be 2 or 3 trays. September is a great month to get the air fryer. You can get it 60% off. You can get 60% off anything you want, but as a host. But if you're looking to get one of our air fryers, this is a great time to do it. All right, so I'm gonna put these on here. I'm gonna pop this one into the air fryer. Second tray, ready to go. So while my macaroni and cheese is cooking, I am going to put this on the roast setting in the air fryer. Because you know the air fryer has a lot of settings. And one of the ones I use a lot is the roast setting because we roast a lot of veggies. And I love roasted veggies, but you know, who wants to put the oven on for 45 minutes when it's 90 degrees out? So we're gonna put the air fryer on. It does not heat up the kitchen. And instead of taking 45 minutes, this cauliflower will take 16. So that's a much better thing too, right? We like it when it's faster. So we're gonna put this in there for 16 minutes. It's gonna get nice and crunchy. Now, not every vegetable is gonna take 16 because the first time I tried to do broccoli, I did 16 thinking, oh, cauliflower and broccoli, they're the same thing. Oh my gosh, my broccoli was so dried out and brittle. So cauliflower takes a lot longer than broccoli is what I learned. Cauliflower is probably the longest of all the veggies on the roast setting. All right, so I'm gonna pop this in here. So I gotta plug it in 1 second. Sorry, and it's sitting on the plug. I have 2 trays of cauliflower in there. Turn my thing to roast. Turn it up to 16 minutes. And at this is gonna do the same thing as my macaroni and cheese. At 8 minutes, it's going to beep. And at that beep setting, I will open it and I will swap my racks top to bottom. Okay, and then it'll have perfect roasted cauliflower. And when my mac and cheese comes out, the first thing I always do is taste the noodles to make sure that they are fully cooked because every microwave is a little different. And then I'm gonna add 2 cups of shredded extra sharp cheddar. I like extra sharp. You could also buy it in a bag, but I like to shred my own. And half a cup of Romano, Pecorino Romano. Just gives it that flavor and a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And that's the whole recipe. That's what it is. You got your veggies, you got your carbs, you got your protein, you got your dairy, you got it all in one place. And 5 minutes to do setup, 15 minutes to cook, and there we go. So that's dinner for you. It's really great for a quick weeknight meal, and it's really delicious. And sometimes my husband wanted to know if we were having crab mac and cheese today. I said no, I didn't have any crab, because sometimes when I pull it out, I will add a can of, crab and put it in there and some Old Bay and make crab mac and cheese. You can add anything you want to it. You can make chicken mac and cheese, shrimp mac and cheese, buffalo chicken mac and cheese. It's really easy. Put some bacon in it, but it's so good just by itself. It doesn't really need anything else. Thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please share it with your friends.